Workplace violence includes physical, psychological, and sexual forms. Over 1 in 5 individuals, 22.8%, or approximately 743 million people, have experienced at least one form of violence, nearly a third report being subjected to more than one type, while 6.3% have endured all three forms. Victims of workplace violence face a significantly higher risk of developing mental disorders, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression being among the most prevalent. In severe cases, victims may even experience suicidal thoughts or engage in non-suicidal self-harm. Workplace violence tends to be overt, involving physical aggression such as throwing objects, visible anger, and explicit threats. Additionally, workplace violence is not limited to power imbalances between supervisors and subordinates. Conflicts arising from insufficient negotiation and perceived inequities among colleagues also constitute a significant form of workplace violence. At the same time, employees struggling with mental issues are more likely to become targets of bullying and violence. Conflicts and violence between service providers and clients, particularly in sectors like healthcare. For instance, acts of violence by patients against healthcare professionals, nurses being the most affected group. Persistent workplace violence can lead to cognitive overload, where the brain becomes exhausted from continuous processing threats. This not only impairs emotional regulation, increasing the likelihood of anxiety and depression, but also diminishes self-efficacy, making it harder for victims to cope with future stressors. When combined with additional pressures such as workload, role conflicts, and a lack of social support, victims may develop a state of learned helplessness, leaving them more vulnerable to other life challenges. Beyond mental issues like depression, anxiety, and insomnia, workplace violence also takes a toll on physical health, causing symptoms such as muscle pain, headaches, and overall reduced well-being, including diminished life satisfaction. Professionally, bullying is linked to higher turnover intentions, lower job satisfaction, and decreased task performance. Moreover, chronic stress from workplace violence can elevate cortisol levels, increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and immune dysfunction. The co-occurrence of mental and physical health problems among victims compounds the overall burden on their health. If you ever feel unsafe or threatened, step away from the situation immediately and reach out to someone you trust for help. Be proactive in addressing any stress, anxiety, or physical health concerns as soon as they arise. Document the incidents of bullying or violence thoroughly. Note the dates, locations, and specific behaviors involved, and save any relevant emails, messages, or written notes. However, it's important to ensure that this is legally permitted in your region. If needed, consult organizations that provide legal guidance or support to help you navigate the situation effectively. Although some countries have established regulations and laws, confirming the illegality of such actions may be difficult, but if the situation could not solve, have an encouragement to leave from opposing circumstance to a place which would benefit both your growth and career is also an inspired choice. Please keep in mind that you deserve a better place environment. Eventually, let's create a workplace where mental health is prioritized and respected together.